Hey Leafs Nation! In today's video, we're diving into a huge topic, 5 Toronto Maple Leafs players who are now eligible to sign contract extensions starting July 1st. Will GM Brad Treliving lock them all in? Who should stay and who might be on their way out? Before we jump in, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss the latest updates on the Leafs and everything happening around the NHL. Let's get into it. 5 Maple Leafs eligible for contract extensions this offseason. Toronto Maple Leafs general manager Brad Treliving faces a packed agenda this summer. While much of his attention will be directed toward resolving the futures of key players like Mitch Marner, John Tavares, and Matthew Knies, there are also other important decisions looming. Starting July 1st, 5 current Maple Leafs will be eligible to sign contract extensions. Treliving is eager to reshape the roster and strengthen the team as quickly as possible. However, he'll need to carefully assess the long-term value of several players before making commitments. Here are 5 Maple Leafs eligible for new deals this offseason. Anthony Stolarz. Last summer, Anthony Stolarz inked a 2-year contract worth an average of $2.5 million annually, a deal that turned out to be one of the NHL's best bargains. The 31-year-old goaltender made an immediate impact in Toronto, emerging as one of the league's top netminders. Stolarz wrapped up the regular season with an impressive 21-8-3 record, posting a 2.14 goals against average and a league-best .926 save percentage. Unfortunately, his playoff run was cut short due to an injury sustained in a collision with Florida Panthers forward Sam Bennett. That incident has left many wondering what might have been had Stolarz remained healthy for the second round. His durability concerns will likely factor heavily into Treliving's decision-making process. With Joseph Woll already secured for the next 3 seasons and viewed as a long-term asset, Stolarz could be a perfect tandem partner, provided he stays healthy. However, his current salary will certainly increase in any new deal. Expect Treliving to proceed cautiously before committing to an extension. Bobby McMann. Bobby McMann enjoyed a breakout season in 2024-25, notching 20 goals and a total of 34 points across 74 games. Unfortunately, his first taste of playoff action didn't go as smoothly. He failed to score in 13 games and recorded only 3 assists. Turning 29 soon, McMann is a speedy, versatile winger who can adapt his game to fit the system of new head coach Craig Berube. With the experience of a playoff run now behind him, he should be better prepared to make a bigger impact next time around. Currently earning $1.35 million annually, McMann's contract represents excellent value for his production level. That said, his next deal will certainly come with a pay raise. A 3 to 4 year extension at a reasonable cap hit seems like a logical outcome, keeping him as an affordable piece of the team's forward group. Scott Laughton. Scott Laughton took some time to adjust after being traded from the Philadelphia Flyers, a move that reportedly wasn't his preference. Nevertheless, after the Maple Leafs gave up a first-round pick to acquire him, Laughton found his footing, especially during the playoffs where his performance noticeably improved. With Philadelphia retaining half of Laughton's salary, his current cap hit for the 2025-26 season is just $1.5 million. Looking ahead, a potential extension in the $3 million AAV range would be a practical move for Toronto. As a former captain and a player known for his gritty, team-first style, Laughton brings valuable intangibles to the locker room. With a full training camp and a fresh start in Toronto, fans could be in for a treat seeing what he offers over a full season. Expect Treliving to initiate extension talks this summer, possibly locking in his third-line center for the next several years. Kaya Jarnkrok. Kaya Jarnkrok's future with the Maple Leafs is far from certain. Treliving has openly stated his intention to alter the team's identity this offseason, which could spell trouble for Jarnkrok's spot on the roster. Injuries limited him to just 19 games this past season, where he recorded only 1 goal and 6 assists. Once a reliable 20-goal scorer, Jarnkrok's offensive struggles continued into the playoffs, where he failed to score in 12 games. Across his 3 seasons in Toronto, Jarnkrok has managed just a single playoff goal in 30 appearances. While his versatility, being able to kill penalties, shift across different forward roles, and even play center when necessary, is appreciated, it may not be enough to justify an extension. At this point, a contract extension seems unlikely. In fact, there's a greater chance he could be bought out this offseason as Treliving looks to overhaul the roster. Ryan Reaves. Lastly, Ryan Reaves rounds out the group of Maple Leafs eligible for an extension. However, all signs point to this being the end of the road for the veteran enforcer. Despite dedicated efforts to improve his skating and keep up with the modern NHL pace, Reeves has struggled to maintain his role. His remarkable career, characterized by his larger-than-life personality and unwavering support for teammates, appears to be nearing its conclusion. Anthony Stolarz. First up, we've got Anthony Stolarz, one of the biggest surprises for the Leafs last season. He signed a 2-year deal worth $2.5 million per year, and honestly, that might have been one of the best bargains in the entire NHL. Stolarz stepped up in a huge way, finishing the regular season with 21 wins, just 8 losses, and a .926 save percentage, the best in the league. That's insane. But unfortunately, his playoff run was cut short by that collision with Sam Bennett from the Panthers. Now, here's the big question. Should the Leafs commit long-term to Stolarz despite his injury concerns? With Joseph Woll already locked up for the next few years, Treliving might want to be cautious. But when Stolarz is healthy, he's elite. What do you guys think? Should they give him a new deal, or move on? Let me know in the comments. Bobby McMann. Next on the list, Bobby McMann. What a breakout year for this guy. 20 goals and 34 points in 74 games, not bad at all. But the playoffs? Yeah, that was rough. 0 goals and just 3 assists in 13 games. He's turning 29 soon, and he's got the speed and versatility that Craig Berube loves in his system. Right now, he's only making $1.35 million, which is a steal for a guy putting up 20 goals. But you can bet he'll be asking for more in his next contract. Honestly, a 3- or 4-year extension makes a lot of sense here, and I think most Leafs fans would be happy to see him stick around. What do you guys think? Should McMann be part of the Leafs' long-term plans? Drop your thoughts below. Scott Laughton. Now let's talk about Scott Laughton. This one's interesting. He didn't exactly want to leave Philadelphia, but the Leafs traded a first-round pick to get him, and after a bit of an adjustment period, he finally found his game in the playoffs. The Flyers are still paying half of his salary, so he's only costing Toronto $1.5 million next season. That's a bargain. But moving forward, a new deal in the $3 million range sounds about right. Laughton brings leadership, grit, and experience, all things the Leafs need, especially in the bottom 6. With a full training camp under his belt, I think Leafs Nation is gonna love what he brings next season. Expect Treliving to start contract talks soon. Do you guys see Laughton as the team's third-line center moving forward? Kaya Jarnkrok. Alright, Kaya Jarnkrok. This one's tough. Treliving has made it clear he wants to change the identity of this team, and unfortunately for Jarnkrok, that could mean he's on the way out. Injuries limited him to just 19 games this season, and he only scored once. Plus, he went scoreless again in the playoffs. That's just 1 goal in 30 playoff games as a Leaf.